Well, greetings everyone. My name is Siron Vince Noah V. Corminal, and I'll be explaining the task 1 normalization of our code, which is we starting to the create database campus or smart campus. Then we'll use the database smart campus. Basically, create database campus will create a database for us where we can create our own table and initialize our variables. Now moving on to the second part is the use smart campus, which means it will use the smart campus as the database. Now let's move on to the first table, which is the create rooms. The rooms table contains the information about the room ID as a primary key and the building name as varchar. Now, each room can host multiple courses forming a one-to-many relationship. Moving on to the instructor table. Instructor table has the information about the instructor ID or the instructor rather, with the instructor ID as the auto increment primary key, the instructor name and the instructor contact. Both of these is varchar. Moving on to the courses table. This is a child table that connects the instructor ID as the foreign key and the room ID as another foreign key. This means that a course is handled by one instructor and a course is assigned into one room. Moving on is to the student table. The student table has the information about the student ID as a primary key, the student name, and the QR code, which is unique. Each student has a unique identification, which identifies in each of them along with the student ID as a primary key. Moving on to the table enrollment. Table enrollment is a junction table. It resolves the many-to-many relationship between the student and the courses. Basically, a student can enroll in many courses and courses have many students. And lastly is the attendance table. The table has logs of the student ID, course ID, and attendance date. And in basic terms, each records represents one attendance per date.
So hi there, greetings. So I'm Chris. So I will be discussing the task 2 of ERD design. So the objective is to create an entity relationship diagram. Required entities is the student, course, instructor, attendance in room. And here, we will answer the given question. So the first question is, what are the primary key of each entity? What are the relationship exists between entities? What are the relationship of example one many or many to one? So how did normalization affect your ERD design? And the last is, what is constraint did you apply? So here for the question number 1, so what are the primary keys of each entity? So the first is the courses. The courses is the courses ID. Instructors, the instructors ID. Attendance, the login ID. The student ID, and the room ID. The enrollments, composite key is the student ID in the courses ID, commonly used for junction tables. So for question number 2, what the relationship exists between entities? The relationship shown in the diagram are the instructor teaches courses, the courses as attendance, student as attendance, course is assigned to a room, student enrolled in courses through enrollment, student belongs to section, course has many enrollment. Now for the question 3. Okay, for the question 3, what type of relationship nga ba? So first sa instructor to courses. So instructor to courses is many to many. Sa course to attendance, many to one, student attendance, one to many, room in courses, one to one, student enrollments, many to one, course and enrollments, many to many, in the last student to course, many to one. For the question number 4, how did normalization affect your ERD design? Normalize improved the ERD by organizing data into separate related tables in reducing duplication. First normal form, each table has atomic values only. The second normal form, non-key attributes depend fully on the primary key. The third normal form, remove repeating and necessary duplicate data. For example, structured data are stored only in the instruction table. Room information is separated into rooms table. Student course many-to-many relationship is resolved using enrollment. Attendance log are separated to track student attendance efficiently. This make the database easier to maintain, update, and query. So for the last question, what constraint did you apply? The constraints applied include primary key constraint, use the uniquely identify each record, the course ID, instructor ID, student ID, room ID, and log ID. The foreign key constraint, courses, instructions ID to instructors to instructions ID. Course, room to rooms, room ID. Attendance, course ID to courses ID. Attendance, student ID, to student ID, student ID. Enrollment, student ID to student ID. Enrollments, course ID to course ID. Not null constraint apply to required fields such as names, IDs, dates, and codes. Unix constraint apply ID in possibly section code. In short, the ARD designed to manage academic record using entities such as student, course instructor, rooms, attendance, and enrollment. Each table has a primary key to uniquely identify records, while foreign keys connect related tables. The relationship include one to many, one instructor teaches many courses, one room sold many courses, and many to when between student and courses. Resolved through an enrollment table, normalization was applied to reduce duplicate data, improving organization, and maintain consistency. Constraints as a primary key is foreign key, not null, and referentials integrity, ensure accurate and reliable data storage.
Tangal greetings, my name is Jan Paul Sibilisanta and today I will be explaining our DDL code. Now, as you can see here, we will create 6 tables that are room table, instructor table, course table, student table, and enrollment table. Also, attendance table. Now, as you can see here, our group created table has 2 variables, that is room ID and building ID. This is used to store room information. Well, and then for instructor table, this instructor table store instructor table. Basically, it has an auto increment that will increase each time you add instructor in. You don't need to type any instructor name and instructor contact. Now, for our course table, basically this will connect our 2 tables that are instructor and room. In our In this table right here, it will demonstrate foreign key. A course must be linked to an existing instructor and a course must be assigned to an existing room. So in order to ensure integrity. Now, for our creating student table, this student table stores student records. It has student ID, student name, and QR code. And what's different here is it has QR code has unique in it, so it prevents duplication. Now, for our normal table, this is a junction table used to solve the many-to-many relationship between student and courses. It has student IDs, course ID, and the foreign key for student and course. Now, a student can enroll in many courses, and a course can have many students. And lastly, course creating the attendance table. This is the final table. It is the attendance table. This stores attendance log and ensure each attendance record belongs to an existing student and course. That's all.
Mga greetings everyone, my name is Aaron J. F. Generals from 2 CSE, and today I will be talking about how our smart campus attendance and monitoring system works, or in my part, the DML execution. Now, let's first create our database first and our tables. After this, we will be creating or at least inserting our values within these tables. In this part, I will demonstrate the DML execution where we insert data into our normalized tables. This step ensures that our database is populated with consistent and structured records based on our 3NF design. I will follow the correct order of insertion to avoid foreign key errors. First, I insert the data into the rooms and instructor tables. There are considered parent tables, and they are stored independent data like room locations and instructor details. This prevents redundancy because building and contact information are stored only once and reused when needed. Next, I insert the data into the courses table. Here, we use the foreign keys such as the instructor ID and room ID. Same go Same goes with the students such as the student ID, the student name, and the QR code. And our enrollment by finding the student IDs and the course ID. And the last one will be from the attendance table, such as getting the student ID, the course ID, then the attendance date. Here, here, from this pakat na lang. From the select asterisk from students, when we display the select from students, it will display the student table, such as the student ID, the student name, and the QR code. Now from the select asterisk from courses, we have such as the course ID, the course name, instructor ID, and the room ID, and all the results will show up here from the AWS system up until the mobile dev. And from the room ID from room 101 to room 210. Now from the instructors, I will show the instructors table. Now from the rooms table, we'll show the rooms table from room ID 101 to room 2010. And same goes with the building. There are different buildings such as the main and the technology, main, science, engineering, and arts. And from the enrollment table, it will show here the student ID and the course ID up until 110 and the course ID from 10. Now the last table, such as the attendance, it will show the log ID, the student ID, and the course ID, and last the attendance date, and here are the results. And that is all. Thank you.
Hello again, my name is Aaron Vince Novi Corminal, and we'll be explaining the TLQ plus joins. We'll start in the inner join. The inner join is a query that shows the student name, course name, attendance date, only matching records that are gonna being displayed. Wait. Oh wait. Here, the student name, the course name, and the attendance date. Then to the left join, this query lists all students and their attendance. Even if a student has no attendance, they're still going to appear. Here, basically it. Now moving on to the right join. The right join is a query that shows all rooms and their assigned courses. Even if the room has no courses, it will still appear, just like the left join. Although the difference is it is assigned to the rooms and the assigned courses. And the fourth join is the full outer join. The full outer join does not support it doesn't support my SQL. Puta. The full outer join displays all of the courses, whether they are not related. That is the full outer join. And we'll go to the next task, which is task 6, where we will discuss the subqueries. The first is the student who attended at least one class. This filters the student who exists in the attendance table. There. All of them has the attendance uh, that is not null in the attendance table. Now, moving on in the course in the main building. We first get the room IDs from the room table, then match them in the course. This shows how subqueries help filter based on the another table. Now moving on is to the students that is not present on this specific date. Okay, this excludes a student who attended on January 10, 2026. It will only show those who is not present in this specific date. Now, moving on to the fourth query, instructor of the database system. It uses a single value subquery, which is the first is we get the instructor ID from the courses, then we go find the instructor name. There, instructor of the database system. And lastly, the student enrolled in web development. This is a nested subqueries. It gets the course ID, then it finds the student ID, then displays the name. This demonstrates the multi-level filtering. And that is all to our structure and relationship of our system. And thank you for watching.
Hello Dangal, greetings. My name is Jan Jesse Edward Arao, here to explain the system output interpretation. Kasi nga naipailawanag na ng aking mga group mates kung paano sila kung ano yung function nila dito sa system. So ngayon, ako naman dito, i-explain ko naman kung paano sila nag-work. Since yung aking site is yung output interpretation. So ngayon, gagawin muna tayo ng database. Pero before that, kailangan muna tayo drop yung database natin para wala mag-input.
Which is yung
Success.
Yung rooms,
So, ang gagawa tayo ng
instructor,
anim na
courses,
table, which is
and the
yung
student, and the
yung
enrollment,
rooms,
and
instructor,
attendance.
courses,
With overall, meron
and the
tayong
student, and the enrollment,
anim na
and
table.
attendance. With overall, meron tayong 6 na table.
Okay.
Okay.
Success. So ngayon, mag-i-insert tayo ng table. Mag-i-insert naman tayo ng data sa
Success.
table, which is
So ngayon, mag-i-insert tayo ng table. Mag-i-insert naman tayo ng data sa table, which is,
use the
kasi nga, itong table natin, since we have to
normalization.
use the
So kailangan natin dapat na yung data dapat na ipapasok natin.
normalization, so kailangan natin dapat na yung data dapat na ipapasok natin, hindi dapat
properties or the
magiging problema or dapat tugma kung ano yung laman ng mga properties or the ano yung laman ng mga data na kinakailangan. So kung gagawin natin yan, pag nag-insert tayo,
Okay.
okay,
Error ng bigla.
error lang bigla.
Okay, success. Ngayon, nakapag-insert na tayo ng data, pwede natin
Okay, success.
makita or ma-display yung ano yung nilalaman nila.
Ngayon nakapag-insert na tayo ng data, pwede natin makita or ma-display yung ano yung nilalaman nila. So ngayon, sa una naman natin gagawin is titignan lang natin using the normal select kung ano yung mga pumasok na data sa student, courses, and instructors, and sa room, and enrollment and attendance.
As you can see, makikita naman natin na pumasok yung data sa kanya-kanyang
As you can see, makikita naman natin na pumasok yung data sa kanya-kanyang table.
So ngayon, ang gagawin naman natin, since sa task 5, kailangan daw yung GQL and
So ngayon, ang gagawin naman natin, since sa task 5, kailangan daw yung GQL and Joy mapagsama daw natin. So ngayon, di-display natin sila kung ano yung mangyayari kapag niran natin yung code.
Okay, sa result 56 muna tayo. Sa result sa result 56, since
Okay, sa
meron
result
tayong
56 muna tayo.
student
Sa result
dot name,
sa result
yung
56,
pangalan
since
daw,
meron
ito yung
tayong
pinaka-
select
yung
student
table
that's
na-
name,
table talaga ng
yung
student.
pangalan daw, ito yung
Tapos
pinaka
courses,
student, yung table ng yung table talaga ng student. Tapos courses, yung table din ng course. Then kung ano yung kinuha natin, yung course name and the student name. Tapos yung sa pangatlong table naman,
yung makikita natin data
yung attendance, yung kinuha na natin yung attendance date. So yung dapat yung makikita natin data is yung dapat.
nagko-compare
Which is
tayo
ayun naman
sa
talaga yung lumabas. Using inner join. Nagko-compare tayo sa inner gamit yung inner join sa student equals to student dot student ID. And the attendance dot course ID to course ID dot course ID. Ayun naman yung ginagawa ng inner join. Then sa left joint, since yun nga left joint lang, yung left joint lang.
Sorry, Don Boss.
Which yung 2,
Nice na naman.
Result 57.
Yung right joint naman,
Then, yung sa
babalik lang naman natin yan,
result,
right joint.
yung right joint naman, which ayun nga, babalik na rin lang naman natin yan na right joint.
Dito naman, nag-unionize tayo.
Then yung sa
pinagsama
pang-apat,
natin yung left joint. Tapos yung right
Dito naman, nag-unionize tayo, pinagsama natin yung left joint, tapos yung right joint.
Compare lang talaga sila.
Yung mga table nila. So kung makita natin, magko-compare lang talaga sila na unionize kung ano yung mangyayari. Which is, ay naman talaga yung naging result. That's for the task type of DQL and class joint. So since gumagana naman, at nasunod naman natin yung mga kinakailangan na output, I think let's move to the task
Hindi,
6.
wait lang. I-check ko na lang dito sa ano, sa
Mention kita.
media. Hindi media, links. Kasi nakalink yan.
Yung
Ngayon,
KT
dito
na
naman
JP,
sa
nandoon.
Yun nga.
task 6,
Ngayon, dito naman sa
hinahanap nila
task 6, yung 1, yung student who attended at least 1 classes, hinahanap nila yung student from attendance na kinakailangan ay umattend lang na isa.
Ganun lang din.
Then yung sa pangalawa naman,
ano yung mga
dun sa
room
course name,
na gumagamit
ganun lang din, hinahanap niya kung ano yung mga room na gumagamit ng main. Ilan naman talaga yung ginagawa dito na building equals main. Yun yung pangatlo naman, hinahanap lang yung attendance slip ng one particular area, which is the 2026 1, which is January 10. Hinahanap nila. Kung not in ba siya, not in.
Select for naman,
Isang pang explanation ko. Pero kung noon siya
hinahanap niya lang
So, ngayon, sa select for naman,
may hawak ng database system, which
hinahanap
is the
niya lang yung
prof-
teacher na
Setting
may hawak ng
for
database
enrollment.
system, which is the Prof.
So,
Santos.
Hinahanap niya lang
And
kung
for
sino-sino
enrollment,
mga student na nag-enroll sa course.
Isinahanap niya lang kung sino-sino yung mga student na nag-enroll sa course na pangalan ay web development.
Query namin.
And
So,
as you can see, ayun lang naman talaga yung kinakailangan dito sa query namin. So, nasunod naman namin yung mga kinakailangan based on dun sa system overview and function sa na nangyari dito sa aming program. And that's all.